How about those Devils? How about those Devils?
How about those Devils? Welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And what a time to be alive, my fellow New Jersey Devils fans. What a time indeed. Riding high off a big win against the Carolina Hurricanes at home a couple nights ago. Your New Jersey Devils riding high into D.C., taking on the Caps. They survive in front of the Moms and win a 3-2 game. Your New Jersey Devils are now 4-1 in their last 5 against the best of the best in the National Hockey League. That's right, my friends. Over the past 5 games, our beloved New Jersey Devils went to Sunrise, Florida, beat the Panthers, the defending Stanley Cup champions, twice in their own building, then ultimately fell short in Tampa Bay to the Lightning, came back home, beat the Hurricanes, and then go back on the road, taking out the Capitals in D.C. And 4-1, what a beautiful 8 points out of 10 possible in these last 5 games. Before the game today, we find out Nolan Foote is making his debut on the season, slotting in on the third line with Haula and Mercer. Paul Cotter down to the fourth line with Dowling and Tatar. And what a game it was. What a night it was. Beautiful, beautiful win. Not the prettiest of wins, but a beautiful win nonetheless. We go to the scoring at 13:52 of the first period. Devils can't clear. Caps controlling the puck, get it to the point. Roy shoots one past Allen. In real time, it looked like a pretty weak goal. But after watching the replays, it did deflect off of Foote's glove and kind of threw Allen for a loop there. So, unfortunate kind of bounce. Devils go down 1-0 at 13:52. But this New Jersey Devils team is not last year's New Jersey Devils team. No, no, no. This New Jersey Devils team can, in fact, surrender the first goal and find a way to still win the game, including against good teams. Tonight is another example of that. Devils down 1-0 at 13:52. And then at 16:31, after the first power play unit was absolutely buzzing, generating a ton of shots and quality scoring chances, couldn't get one in. Unit 2 comes on the ice. They have a little bit of a sustained pressure going on, and Luke Hughes makes an incredible pass through traffic across to Haula. Haula gets stoned on the doorstep, and the puck just sits on the goal line. Tomas Tatar comes flying over the top, whacks it in the back of the net. Beautiful heads-up play by Tatar. His third of the season on the power play, assisted by Haula and Luke Hughes, ties the game at 16:31. That is how the first period would end. We head to the second, and at 7:08, Caps with a weak clearing attempt, a little one-handed clearing attempt off the wall. Dillon keeps it in. He fires it towards net, redirects off of Carlson's stick and into the back of the net past Lindgren. Devils lead 2-1 on Dillon's first as a New Jersey Devil, assisted by Tatar. And good things happen when you throw pucks on net. We've seen all year teams have thrown shots from the outside towards the Devils' net, and they've gotten lucky deflections, redirections, bank off of somebody. Crazy plays, and it worked out for the Devils here. Dillon fires it towards net. It hits Carlson's stick, redirects into the net. Devils take the 2-1 lead at 7:08. And then at 15:42, back on the power play, Nico with a clean faceoff win. The puck gets to Bratt. Bratt passes to the point to Dougie, and Dougie just fires one past Lindgren, and Dougie is heating up, my friends. I hope he keeps shooting. It seemed like earlier in the season he was a little more hesitant to shoot, and in the past week or so it seems like he's making an effort to shoot more, and this guy just needs to keep shooting. Traditionally, a lot of us have been used to the Dougie clapper, just the old laser beam slap shot. Now Dougie's using wristers, snappers, and his shot is lethal. This was another little snipe job. Top corner. Dougie gets his third of the season on the power play, assisted by Bratt and Nico Hischier, giving the Devils the 3-1 lead, and that is how the second period ends. We head to the third, and the third was a little scary, I'm not going to lie. The third, the ice was tilted in favor of the Capitals. The Devils were in survival mode for much of the period. There was stretches of time we were pinned in our own end. We couldn't clear. Just not the prettiest of periods for the Devils, but they found a way to survive. But at 4:54, while on the power play, Devils fail to clear. Kovacevic makes a pass to Bratt, and he gets a little tripped up or something, misses the pass, so the puck stays in. Capitals with sustained pressure, and it seemed like only a matter of time. And sure enough, Carlson down low with the puck finds McMichael in front with Dillon kind of trailing behind him. McMichael buries it in the net, cutting the Devils' lead to 3-2. And amidst that play, Kovacevic was tied up with Tom Wilson kind of right in front of the net and got sort of thrown down. Many people were talking online and thought it should have been interference and wanted a penalty on Wilson and blah, blah, blah. In the end, I like the no call there. I think that's just a one-on-one battle that ultimately Kovacevic lost. I mean, there's no shame in losing a one-on-one battle to Tom Wilson. This guy's an absolute animal, one of the biggest monsters in the league. But I think that's just, you got to let the boys play there. And the example I used was, conversely, if Timo Meier buried an opposing defenseman in the crease in a similar fashion for the Devils, I wouldn't want Timo to get called for the penalty. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite in that scenario. I think you got to let the boys play. A lot of people disagree with me. That's fine. But I think that's just one of those one-on-one battles. They were a little tied up, and you got to let that go. So I'm not mad at the non-call there. A lot of people were mad about it. I'm definitely not one of them. I think that's just hockey, guys. Heavier, edgier, more violent. Tom Wilson is definitely all of those things, a monster of a man. They ultimately scored the goal right after that. Caps cut the lead to 3-2, and that was the rest of the scoring for the game. The Devils survived some scares down the stretch of the period. Shout out to the boys as a group for just laying out, sacrificing the body, and blocking shots left and right, especially in the last minute or so with Lindgren on the bench with the Caps, with the extra attacker. They were just letting him rip from everywhere, and Nico blocked a big one. Mercer blocked a big one, and these guys are going to be wearing badges of honor probably for the next week or two. I'm sure some of them are going to have nice welts or black and blues from blocking some of these shots, but what a gutsy win for your New Jersey Devils. They all can't be pretty. They're not all going to be fancy wins. Some of them are going to be kind of ugly, and this one in the end was a bit ugly, but like I say, I call it beautiful ugly, because in the end, a win like this is beautiful, regardless of how it looked while it was happening. Keefe probably not happy with the performance overall. We were getting dominated for stretches of the game, but it is what it is. You're not going to be at your best on every night, and sometimes you have to win games that way. The New Jersey Devils buckled down, found a way to survive an onslaught of a third period for the Capitals, and the Devils get out of D.C. with another 2 points. And how beautiful it is. What an absolutely beautiful win for this team. I'm super pumped. You guys know I've been high on this team all year, fighting off the haters and the doomsdayers. But I believe in this team, and tonight was a gutsy road win against a very good Capitals team. We look at the game stats. Devils with 33 shots on goal. Capitals with 25. Devils with the edge in the faceoff department, 54.7% to 45.3% for the Caps. Devils 2 for 5 on the power play. That power play has been lethal as of late. Devils 2 for 5 on the power play. Caps 1 for 2 on the power play. Devils with 14 hits. Capitals with 18 hits. Devils with 28 block shots. Woo! 28 block shots. Capitals with 17 block shots. Devils with 11 giveaways. Capitals with 14 giveaways. Devils with 5 takeaways, and the Capitals with 5 takeaways as well. And all in all, 28 block shots. You'd love to see it. Hits plus block shots. You guys know my metric. I'd like to see them combined at over 40. Here we are again. Block shots at 28 plus 14 hits is 42. And again, I always say, you have those two over 40, gives you a good chance to win. And tonight they won. Would have liked to see some more hits. But all in all, a pretty good effort, all things being considered, on the road. Find a way to do it. Special shout out to Paul Cotter leading the way with 4 hits for the New Jersey Devils. Brenden Dillon also with 4 hits and a block. I mean, wow. Johnny Kovacevic with 2 hits. Oh, and shout out to Johnny Kovacevic for a scrap. Nice little scrap there in the game. We saw a photo of him and Curtis McDermott kind of going over some fighting pointers and tutorials on the ice after practice the other day. And Johnny Kovacevic didn't take long to put those into practice. Had a nice little scrap. I wish it went longer and it was more of a legitimate fight. It turned out to be not much action, but appreciate the gesture from Kovacevic for sure. He is certainly part of the heavier, edgier, more violent, new-look New Jersey Devils. And Kovacevic with a big game as well. A scrap, 3 blocks, and 2 hits. You love to see it. Johnny Kovacevic, one of my new favorite players and yours. This guy is energetic and just does all the little things to try to win. does all the little things to try to win. Jake Allen with a great game in net tonight for the Devils, stopping 23 of 25, including some amazing saves, especially late in the game when the Devils were up 3-2. He made a handful or so of pretty damn good saves to preserve the lead, and especially in that last couple minutes, they were just firing shots from everywhere. Allen stood on his head, preserved the win. Great start for Jake Allen. I would be remiss if I didn't mention him specifically. Also, the fourth line, this new look fourth line of Paul Cotter, Dowling, and Tatar were all over the place all night long, generating a ton of chances. Seemed like they had a lot of energy. They were all over the ice. I thought they looked very good. I'm curious to see in the upcoming games if we see Bowers get another game or if they go back to McDermott for any of these, or maybe someone else gets a look. I'm very curious to see what the fourth line will look like in the upcoming games, but I think we have some options now. And just overall, a gutsy team win in Washington. Gutsy win. And we have two big ones coming up, guys. Two very big games before Thanksgiving. Monday against the Predators at the Rock, and then wrapping up before Thanksgiving. Wednesday also at the Rock against the Blues. Two teams that are struggling. These are two games that the Devils should win. Should win, very winnable games, but as we know, the Devils don't always play their best at Prudential Center, and they don't always play their best against, worse teams, for lack of a better term. And sometimes they play down to their competition. Now, I am hoping this is an element of last season that we finally put behind us once and for all, and that when these, inferior teams come into our building, that we just pummel them. I'm hoping that's what happens. It would be absolutely phenomenal to finish off this 4-game stretch with 2 more wins. I mean, to cap off the 4-game run of Carolina win, Capitals win, and then to go win against the Predators, win against the Blues leading up to Thanksgiving would be... To go 4-0 is incredible. A few days ago, I made a video and said I'd be happy with 3-1, and that was my official prediction. We're now 2-0, and now I'm getting greedy, guys. 2-0 is there against the 2 better teams of the 4 games. 2 very, very good teams in the league. 2 teams at the top of our division. 2 teams that hopefully we could leapfrog over time in the standings. And now we have 2 winnable games at home leading into Thanksgiving. And I'm super greedy, and I want those 2 wins now as well. I want them all. I want all 8 points. And we're 4 for 4 so far, looking to finish up with 4 more before Thanksgiving. And that Thanksgiving Day turkey would taste so much better with those 8 points in the bank. It really would. The cranberry sauce and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes and all of it. It would all taste so much better if we win these next 2 games at home, and I'm hoping we see it. I am hoping we see it. But let me know what you thought about the game in the comments. Let me know what you thought about anything I said in this video. Anything, everything, New Jersey Devils hockey, throw it out there in the comments. I enjoy talking to all of you. And I'm Super Jack, guys. I think this is going to be a special year. I hate to keep beating the same drum here over and over, but since the summer when we got all these new guys and made all these moves, I was super high on the team. We had a little rough patch early on in the season, but I believe under General Keefe, these boys are figuring it out. They are buying into the system. They are doing their jobs, and they are playing to win. Just win, baby, win. And our New Jersey Devils to go 4-1 in this stretch of 5 games is just absolutely mind-blowing. Tons of the Doomers were coming out after some of the bad losses earlier in the season and just crying about everything. And I just said, listen to Ace, guys. It's going to take some time. I said Rome wasn't built in a day. We have a new coach with a new system, a ton of new players. It's all got to take time to coagulate and start to mesh together before we see the final product. And we're still nowhere near there yet, in my opinion. We're 23 games into an 82-game season. There is a ton of hockey to be played. This team is still kind of figuring things out as we go along here. And I expect by, mid-January or February, this team is going to be lethal, my friends. Absolutely lethal. It's all going to just get better with time. It really will. And General Keefe, I believe, was a great hire by Tom Fitzgerald and your New Jersey Devils to guide this group of young men to the promised land, which is Stanley Cup number 4 for the franchise. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not saying we're going to win. But why not us? Why not us? This team has it all. They got it all. We have solid goaltending. We have a good defense. We have great top-end skill. We have complementary bottom six players, a well-balanced offensive attack. And I'm pumped, guys. I haven't been this excited about a New Jersey Devils club in years and years and years, and it feels so damn good to be relevant again. And hopefully this is the official turning of the page to now we are a perennial contender, no longer a doormat of the league, and they bring some respectability back to the state of New Jersey. God, I can't wait for the game Monday. I'm definitely going to go to one of the next two games. I haven't decided which one yet. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life here, but I got to get to one of the next two. But I'm pumped, guys. Get pumped. Your New Jersey Devils are for real. There's nothing more I can tell you. This team is legitimate as they come. Why not us? I hope to be playing games into late May and June. But I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go